What's up, guys? Welcome back to Breakout Trading. Today I'm going to be going over the trades I made today. It is April 1st, 2020, new start to the month. Unfortunately, I am red on the day. Right here, down $36. Broker rule went below my max loss, which is $25, which is 1% of my account, being it was earlier about $25.50. So done for the day now because I should have stopped when I went negative 22 on SFET. That we'll go over in a moment. So yeah, disappointing way to start the month. Well, I'll do a recap here and see what I could have done better. So let's exit out of this. Okay, so this is SFET, the first stock I traded today. Had some good Q4 news. It was up, what was it up? 68% I think pre-market. With some good volume, so I decided to put that on my watch list for the morning. I'll just go over how the SPY is doing right now. This is a 5-minute chart of today. It had a gap down and it has just been super choppy today, no real direction. That should have been an indicator right away that I should have let my foot off the gas, knowing that there is minimal direction on the SPY. That's usually not a good sign for momentum trading. So anyways, first thing I did in the morning is marked off this high of yesterday at 247, and that turned out to be a really good thing because that actually acted as major support all day today. You can see that these 5-minute candles after the huge pump, that's exactly where it came down. That would have been an excellent spot to buy had I bought there, which I did not. So I will go to the 1-minute chart and show you guys how this happened today. Let's zoom into the morning. I always trade in the morning on the 1-minute, and then after a little bit switch to the 3-minute candles. So this is the morning. Right on the open, it blasted through that top at 247, so I was already looking at it. Had some nice big green volume. Out of all the stocks I was watching, this is the only one that looked really strong out of the gates. So I decided to hop in for a break of this 360 area, which was a daily resistance. I have a rule too where I wait 10 minutes before I put in a trade, usually because the first 10 minutes or so are super choppy. So after this pullback, I decided this would be a good time to hop in with my first buy was for 20 shares, and then my second buy right here was for 30 shares. So I was hoping that this would squeeze up. It had a nice pump in, big volume. In hindsight, looking at it, this was a red flag, this huge wick here, like a bit of a shooting star pattern with the biggest volume. That's not something you want to see. And it kind of started to curl over right here. I should have had a super tight stop if I wanted to get in here, and I should have went in with smaller share size. Volume's tapering off. I added and it flushes on me right away. Not something you want to see. I decided to hold it and wait for a potential bounce up to get out. Didn't bounce until until it found support on that top from yesterday. So I ended up getting stopped out at exactly 268 was my stop out point. I was managing my risk on this candle right here. So yeah, pretty disappointing way to start the morning. That was put me down about $22, which was only $3 away from my max loss, which is where I should have pretty much stopped at that point. I would have saved myself a good chunk of change. Yeah. I should have seen that wick, and I should have waited for a bigger pullback. I shouldn't have chased. I chased the open is what I did. So you can see that actually throughout the day that top turned out to be excellent support. I should have seen this and entered in around here. That was a bit of a nasty wick. Maybe I would have got stopped out there. Could have probably maybe had to stop below the open. Anyways, also this would have been a better place to get out, but in hindsight, It's easy to say I didn't know that that was coming at this point in the morning. And then you can see that throughout the day it kind of formed a descending triangle pattern, which is very bearish. They usually always break out to the bottom. This one had a nasty fake out, and now it is curling back up. And unfortunately my market data is all messed up for this one. It wasn't in the morning, but it started to later in the day, so I'll have to contact my broker about that, get that resolved. But anyways, that was the trades for today on SFET. One loser, chased the open. I didn't wait for any of my setups. I didn't wait for my bull flag setup, my ascending triangle setup, or my VWAP crossover on the 3-minute setup. So that was a bit of a fail. The second trade of the day was on the old reliable SGBX. So I tried to see if it had any momentum left from yesterday when we traded it. Made a good chunk on it on the open. So let's head over there. Okay, so another loser, unfortunately, on this one. So this was yesterday when we traded it. We had this pop here, and then I said in my video yesterday that this 625 is where I'd want to buy in today if it came down to here. That's exactly what we just saw in the last stock, is that yesterday's high, I guess this is the high, but this was a really significant spot I wanted to buy because it was the high at the start of the day. 625 I had marked off. Let's change the thickness back to 1. I wanted to buy there, so I had it. I was watching it on the open. Let's go to the 3-minute now. So I was watching. It wasn't doing much on the open today. Kind of just had nothing for volume. Look at that. That's like no shares traded in that minute. Or I think it got actually halted to the downside. That's why. Pretty nasty. And then right around here, I saw it curl up past that level. So I hopped in. And my original plan, actually, no word of a lie, was to sell right up here at 846 and see if it would fill the gap. And that's exactly what it ended up doing, which is sucks to see, but just goes to show that I just went in too heavy this morning, too fast. The market wasn't hot. I swung for the fences and when I should have just been chilling out and waiting. Yeah, really disappointing to see that. I noticed that the 9 EMA was really holding above the VWAP, and it was doing a really nice job of just maintaining above. And originally I had my stop loss actually below VWAP, which is in hindsight, like from now on I'm gonna have my stop losses below VWAP. That's a really good spot to have them. You can see how well this acted as support. Unfortunately I went for the break above and had my stop loss below that 625 level, and it hit me. And like, what could I have done different? I could have waited and bought on VWAP. That's what I could have done different. Or I could have waited and then bought the break of this high. Right there, with that nice little volume pump. If I bought right here, had my stop loss below that, that would have been really nice. And look at this retest too, right here. Here's the high, comes down, curls back up, and then that would have been an excellent spot to buy, right at that 675 level. That's some confluence with the 9 EMA right here. So it's a top and a 9 EMA. Could have bought there for a really nice push up. That would have been an excellent trade. Now it looks really overextended. It did exactly what I was hoping. It filled the gap and got rejected. So this one put me down $14 including commissions. Yeah, also on this trade I went pretty fat on the share size too. 30 shares. I shouldn't have went that much, especially after I only have a $3 buffer before max loss. Yeah, I don't know why I went in with 200. That's too much. I guess I was just hoping for a quick pop. It was moving fast. This candle was moving fast, but I should have waited. Anyways, yeah, that's those are all for today. Oh, we're on the wrong screen. I said what I should have done is this candle was moving fast. I was hoping for just a pop right away, but I should have waited and just seen how nicely this EMA curled back up. Yeah. So anyways, that's it for today. Yeah, I went over my max loss by 30%, which is not okay. I didn't wait for any of my setups, the VWAP crosses. Actually, noticing here is, I should have really noticed this, is that, look how nicely, so from yesterday, look how nicely the 50, this is a 50 EMA on the 5-minute, look how nicely that acted as support. Broke through, but then it actually regained that today, so I should have been buying here on this line. Almost the same structure as yesterday too. I really like this chart for this one. The daily chart is beautiful. It's a beautiful clean breakout. We got the 200 EMA up here at 11 and some change, and it just has huge volume on the day. I should have just been watching this one and been more patient. It's a really nice chart. I didn't manage my risk well. Should have had stops below VWAP. When I place my stop, I should have just sat on my hands, not move it around. That's key to do. So tomorrow, I'm going to reduce my share size. I'm thinking like 100 max, 100 US. Writing this stuff down for my notes tomorrow. The goal for tomorrow is going to not be swing for the fences and try and make back this all in one thing. My goal tomorrow is going to be to make back half. So $18 tomorrow would be the goal. And I have another goal for April to make this 36 the biggest loss I take. I don't want to go anything bigger than that because my max loss is 25. I'm going to respect that rule from now on. So that's pretty much it. We can look at the SPY, see what's up with that. I even had a note for myself today. I said, careful today, SPY is bound to dump. Prepare for the worst. Goal today is to be green on the first day of the month. So I wasn't careful. I swung for the fences out of the gate. The SPY is looking terrible. It's probably going to draw more. This sort of bear flag structure I've been watching is breaking down. Still really low volume. No big surge in red volume. So yeah, it's just not a good day to be swinging for the fences. But anyways, that'll be it for today, and happy trading.